How's it going, everybody? Thanks for coming back. Now, here I come to a point now. This is probably the most difficult part of the whole car, and it always is because I'll use a different windshield every time. And this one just so happens is rounded at the bottom corner. So I set the windshield in place, the windshield frame anyway, in place, and I take tubing and I slit the tubing down the middle, and I've managed to pattern out of paper first, then the wood, and then I cut these out of steel and I came up with these posts. It sits a little bit higher than the windshield. I'm going to put a bracket that rides over the top that the top is actually going to connect to. And but this is what I've got in the end. And every T bucket you're gonna have to do corner posts. You can buy them, and they might fit the windshield that you have, but chances are you're gonna have to redo them somehow. And this is always, guys, dilemma. Everybody I run into seems to have this dilemma, but you just got to start with paper, set it up there and start with paper and make patterns around and tack weld and do some bending. And I don't have anything to bend metal. So I use this. It's surely not thin metal and you can't bend it by hand. But me, a hammer, and an old stool managed to get it around here. I had one gap right here where I added a little triangle that's welded on the inside. But other than that, everything seemed to fit pretty good. But these are the most difficult part. I mean, there literally is 10 different ways to skin a cat. As long as you end up in a good place in the end, this is going to attach my top. It's going to hold on the windshield. I got good area to bolt to, and I don't think it's going to look too bad. It's actually been chopped down a little bit. These are the pieces that I actually had to cut out that I made a little bit too big. One was around the windshield, and one down here where it kept scuffing the body. I just couldn't bend it. It came to a point where I just couldn't bend that anymore. I had nowhere to swing a hammer at. But this is what it is. I mean, like I say, as long as you end up in the right place, it took me a couple hours uh, to do this one, and it'll probably take me an hour and a half or a little bit better to do the other one. But you know, 150 bucks, and you buy them, and you probably still have to fabricate them to make them work. That's not worth it to me. I went to the store, I got a sheet, and the tubing was $17. That's a pretty good deal. I'll find a way to make these work. Have a good day. Tomorrow's 53 days. We're heading there fast. See you guys.